What's going on? What's going on? It's your man Mal C219 TV Midwest Connected. GI for life, baby. Where we bring you the latest topics and trends through a Midwest lens. We gonna sprinkle with a little GI perspective on top. And we've been gone for a minute, but we getting back at it, man. We back in these YouTube streets. And we just want to talk about life with y'all, because conversation rule the nation, man. So let's talk about it. 50 years of hip hop, and these hip hop rules still exist. The streets set the tone in hip hop. Let's not ever forget that. You know what I'm saying? And on this one right here, I want to talk about your man. Wacky 100, you know what I'm saying? Like the OG call him, you know what I'm saying? The other shout to the OG bounty on the DJ. But Wack gets involved with the Big Pun movie. Y'all know, I know, because I like Big Pun. I'm a hip hop fan. I DJ, so we grew up with that. So it's part of the culture. This is who he is. This just, this is a new thing. This is what it's been. But in the hip hop culture, drop some in the comments, man. Was Wack wrong for trying to help Big Pun wife put out the Big Pun movie? It seemed like to me, Fat Joe was like, yeah, go ahead, man, it's cool. But he shut it down. Fat Joe done shut it down, man. Fat Joe done shut it down. Now, mind y'all, see, it's a game is about loyalty. Loyalty and all money ain't good money, man. And Wack a sack chaser, and it is what it is, hey, run your program how you run your program. But Fat Joe let him know smoothly, man, that first of all, even though, in much respect to Big Pun wife, R.I.P. Big Pun, but you can't tell that man's story without including Fat Joe. So how you gonna tell a story about the man without talking about the man that put him on? The one that put him on is his story. If Joe wouldn't have put him on, he wouldn't have had a story to tell. Now, I'm going to hold y'all with that right there. So just listen to what Wack said about, he spoke to Joe and, this.
The Fat Joe I know, right? And I know Fat Joe. Like, we sit at the table and eat together. The Fat Joe I know is not going to frown upon me assisting Pun's family in a business venture. So, I text him because I kept hearing all this shit. And bro, are we straight and everything good? And he texted me back and said, yeah, we good. It has my blessings. I just hope they tell the truth.
Man, we going to stop right there. Man, if you read between the lines, Joe letting them know, yeah, y'all go ahead, man. When he said, I just hope they tell the truth. And he was kind of dropping a drink right there, trying to let Wack know that, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, but if something ain't right, if something ain't right, we gonna know. And you gonna know.
Now, I don't know what that meant, right? But again, he didn't have nothing to say about me doing the business or making it happen or positioning it. Nothing to say about none of that. He did put emphasis on, I just hope they tell the truth.
Exactly.
Whatever that's supposed to mean.
Wack did reveal that in the beginning of Wack helping Liza get the deal, she expressed concerns about Joe and how he would somehow come in and block it from happening. And Wack didn't believe it would be an issue because he has a great relationship with Joe.
Fat Joe.
Yo, shout to Pat the Chop, fair use for the footage, man. He do some other videos. Y'all go over there, check out his channel, man. On YouTube, Pat the Chop News. We right back at it.
I know always been a dude that, he's a giver. You know what I mean? He don't mind bringing business together. So it was like the shit I was hearing, I didn't understand it. So when I came into it, and Liza was like telling me, I'm like, nah, Joe not gonna be a problem. We're not gonna have a problem with Fat Joe. She's looking at me like, yo, Wack, I'm telling you. I'm like, Liza, I don't know what the thing went on, but me, Wack, that knows Fat Joe, he's not gonna try to block anything I do. That ain't what we do. And she was like, Wack, I'm telling you. I'm like, well, Liza, my business, the people I do business with, they're loyal to me. Me and Fat Joe ain't never had no issues. Y'all gotta remember, the G-Unit game beef kicked off because 50 wanted Game to diss Fat Joe.
That's a fact.
And Fat Joe Game like, nah, that's my homeboy. I ain't got nothing against Fat Joe. That's your motherfucking business. Nigga, I'm from Bompton. I ain't got no problem with Fat Joe. So, that's my introduction to Fat Joe. Then you got...
So let's stop right there, though. See, this is when you weed through the, through the BS because you know he's a bag chaser. Now, if you met Fat Joe through your man, he met Fat Joe through game. You met Fat Joe on what you call a real situation. So if you met him to be cool, why would when somebody come to put out his story? Because once again, Pun's story is Joe's story. That's like if you tell a Biggie story. You can't tell Biggie's story without Puff. You know what I mean? Can't tell Myth Bleak story without Jay. You can't tell Dame Dash story without Jay. You feel what I'm saying? You see where this is going? You can't tell Pusha story without, without his brother. You know what I mean? You can't do it. You can't tell Meth story without RZA with the whoop. You can't do it, man. So, but if you know him like that, why would you try to backdoor the man for a bag just because and try to use it as his wife?
Cool and Dre, all these people my brothers. So I was like, I don't know what the f- been going on, but that's not gonna go on with me and Joe. And to date, Joe hasn't said nothing no ill feelings against it. I did get a call a week ago. He want to sit down and have a conversation. I let Liza know that. So I gotta figure out where Joe at. We cross paths and sit down.
I went on to ask Wack, does he believe that Joe has
Now, he said he want to sit down with you. So that is. Wack act like he ain't read between the lines. Joe said he want to sit down with you. So now it's like, yo, man, I told you, woo, woo, woo. So he probably gave Wack the chance to, it's about how we do business out here, man. Because you got to think now. This is that generation. All this is, you know what I'm saying? This is that generation now, you know what I mean? But, those hip-hop and street rules still apply to doing business. And, you trying to put out a New York. So it just is what it is. And sometimes, man, you can't outplay the politics. You got to respect other situations. You got to respect other cities. It just is what it is, man. Wack, drop some in the comments if you think Wack was just doing dirty business, man. You think he did dirty business and went about it wrong. It's another way to get the bag, man. It's another way to get the bag, man. That's all I'm saying. It's another way to get the bag, right?
been blocking the series from coming out for all these years? And his answer really surprised me.
But didn't like the first audio that came out when you had said, I don't have to talk to Fat Joe about shit, right?
No, I definitely
Didn't
don't.
you say
No,
that?
I definitely don't.
Right.
Yeah, I don't.
But didn't you say that like Joe had been blocking the series from coming out for like a few years?
Liza, she had been in about 5-6 buildings and situations, and it was about to happen, and then motherfucker shut down on her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think Steve Rifkin, cats like that, was involved in.
They own the rights, they own the copyright, they own the material, they own the music, and they all mess with Joe. They don't mess. So now they, it's, hey man, say what you want to say, but we know what rules. That bottom line is what it gets down to. Ain't none of them getting the cut out of what y'all doing. So yeah, they stopped
pulling the plug on. You know what I mean? So you think about it. If somebody wants to do it, Liza's here. She has the right. She has all this, and everything is working. And all of a sudden, nah, we can't do it. With no explanation, I know how that works. Somebody put a call in.
Exactly.
And she was dealing with New York. So when she going in these buildings in New York, you're dealing with the powers that be in New York. She comes.
That's what I mean by you got to respect the politics. She trying to get a New York, a movie done on a New York dude, man. We using a West Coast dude that they ain't really feeling anyway. Say what they want to say. Don't nobody feel when you doing too and saying too much. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? So drop some in the comments. Was the wife counter? Did she go about it the wrong way? She probably should have had somebody from New York try to put it out. They had a better relationship with Joe. You know what I'm saying?
I'm to the West Coast. I walked in the building in the West Coast. You ain't calling in that building stopping nothing. They ain't gonna happen.
Need to.
Not my building.
They don't need to.
They gonna tell you, here go Wack number, call Wack. Right? If he don't say stop, we ain't stopping. Cause
if he could have did it in the West Coast building, he would have. That's why it got stopped. You had to go to the East.
Set up. From the time she came to my office, within 18 hours, I walked her into the building with the chairman.
So do you believe that Joe was blocking it for all those years?
I believe somebody was blocking it. Joe, I haven't asked him that question, right? And I don't think nobody has directly told them that it's Joe that's blocking it. Because unless Joe wanted them to know that, they're not gonna say that.
So you know what I'm saying, man. So you know, with that being said, bro, you know what I'm saying. It's like, you know, what y'all think about that, man? You know, drop something in the comments, man. What y'all think about that, man? Do y'all feel like, you know, what y'all think about that, bro? What y'all think about that, man? You know what I'm saying? Do y'all feel like they should have came to Joe the right way? Because all this to me seems like y'all didn't come to the man. And at the end of the day, it's business. You know, and that's the moral of the story we're going to leave you with right here at Chiefs for Life 219 TV, baby. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's about business. And we're here to educate and entertain. And all you people that's out there in the industry, you're going to do business. You got to do it the right way. You got to respect the coach. You got to respect the boundaries. You know what I mean? And it just is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Wack went about it the wrong way, paper chasing. He tried to backdoor him, using the wife, thinking just because that's the wife. Hey, sometimes, man, if that business ain't right, don't matter who it is, man. It's only going to benefit who named on that contract at the end of the day, who own the rights. You know what I'm saying? So y'all drop something in the comments, man. What you think? Fat Joe shut it down. Should he have shut it down or should he let it ride? You know what I'm saying? Or if they gonna let it ride, should he get a piece? What y'all think? Drop something in the comments, man. Let me know. Chiefs for Life 219 TV, baby. Just handle your business. Moral of the story: don't go through the back door. Go through the front door, man. And you might stay in the club a little longer. Right? We out.